Ho-Oh is making its way back into Pokemon Go, so I'm going to give you the top counters, 100% IVs, and everything you need to know about Ho-Oh to take it down in Pokemon Go, so you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trade Club. Here we go! Welcome back, Ho-Oh, Pokemon Go. Are you guys excited to see it back, or are you a little bit disappointed? Because obviously this is one of the many times that Ho-Oh has been back in Pokemon Go, but that doesn't mean that you can't be excited about it, and it's a pretty cool shiny. So this Pokemon is coming in on Wednesday, March 8th at 10 a.m., and then it's going to be here all the way until Tuesday, March 21st at 10 a.m. for approximately 2 total weeks, which, depending on if you're excited or not, would give you your answer. So I'm pretty excited about it. This Pokemon will also have 2 raid hours, which are going to be March 8th and March 15th. So if you guys do need XL candy, this will be a great time to be able to save up for it, which we will check out in a best of the best video to see if Ho-Oh is going to be worth your time, energy, and effort tomorrow. Ho-Oh is going to be a fire and a flying type Pokemon, which means that is going to have a double weakness, if you guys do know about these type of Pokemon, to rock, a single weakness to electric as well as water. But the rock weakness is something we are going to sincerely exploit to be able to take this Pokemon down relatively fast. And according to Pokebattler, it does take 1.85 trainers to take it down, and that's at level 40 Pokemon. That does not include if you have a boosted Pokemon beyond that, weather conditions, and best friend bonuses, because I always like to make sure that if you don't interact with the people that you're going to be raiding with, can you still take it down if you have relatively strong counters, and in this situation, it's going to be yes. And as far as the moveset goes, for the fast move, it will get Extrasensory, Incinerate, Steel Wing, as well as Hidden Power. So it will not be fighting with Hidden Power, however, you can get this Pokemon with Hidden Power, and then Hidden Power obviously has a bunch of different typings for this fast move. And as far as the charge moves, it's going to get Fire Blast, Solar Beam, as well as Brave Bird. And Solar Beam is going to be a semi-problematic move for our Pokemon because it will be strong against our Rock-type Pokemon, which does make it slightly problematic, and it's going to hit pretty hard because that moveset is pretty strong. And also Steel Wing for the quick move is going to be a pretty good hitting against Rock-type Pokemon. So think about those two things. I'm not really overly concerned about it because even though it might have Solar Beam, it's going to be worth still using Rock-type Pokemon and just either dodging that quick special or getting hit by it and keeping on going on, because you're going to take it down so much faster than you are with other Pokemon. And still, if you use Water-type Pokemon, which are going to be pretty strong like Primal Kyogre, still going to be weak to that Solar Beam. So that thing is a dicey move, and you might as well just go with the stronger Pokemon here. So now let's move into the 100% IVs. Under every condition but 2 conditions, it will be 2207 at level 20. But those 2 conditions that will boost it to level 25 will be sunny weather or windy weather, all the way to level 25 CP at 2759. So now let's move into the mega consideration for this Pokemon, because I want you guys, as always, to be able to max out your mega Pokemon, and for the attacker, if you can dual purpose this Pokemon, which in this case you can. Why is that? Because Mega Aerodactyl is going to be a flying and a rock type. It's going to share the rock type that you need to be able to make this Pokemon go down the fastest, and the flying type, if you have it at Mega level 3, will get you and yield you the most XL candy. So for Ho-Oh, the best and easiest option for you guys is a Mega Aerodactyl. Super exciting. Really love that you guys can multi-purpose this because you can get the XL candy and you can take it down as the #1 attacker in Pokemon Go. So if you guys do want more raid battles, you want to check out ability to be able to raid for this Pokemon more, you can check the pin comments below, jump into the Discord, or you can check out the Patreon at the premier Discord raider groups to get into raid groups, or you can take it all the way to Elite and raid with me as well, all in the pin comments below. But now let's look at some of the shadow Pokemon, and then we'll get out of the shadows and into the budget counters and the non-shadows. And actually, usually the shadow Pokemon are in the top 1, 2, and 3 spots. However, in this situation, in spot number 4, we have Smackdown and Stone Edge on the Tyranitar. Just remember that Smackdown is going to be the Calm Day move on that Pokemon, so if you do have one and it does not have that moveset, you are going to have to Elite Fast TM to be able to get it. In spot number 5, we have Shadow Aggron with Smackdown and Meteor Beam, and Shadow Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. And so then we are going to move out of the shadow Pokemon. Alright, and now we're going to go into the regular Pokemon budget counters included, and the #2 counter overall, including shadows, is actually going to be Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide, and that is a budget counter. We've already had a research day around it, so you should have more than enough XL candy to be able to use this Pokemon. This Pokemon's slightly glassy, it will get demolished by Solar Beam, and most specials will take it out pretty much, but at the same time, and for what it's worth, it will be very strong against this Pokemon. But I am going to go back to the Mega Aerodactyl and make it neutral to Solar Beam, which is a benefit to you guys because the flying type is going to to resist grass, and the rock is going to be weak to it, so it will come out to a neutral stance. In spot number 3, we have Rock Throw and Meteor Beam on Tyrantrum, followed by Smackdown and Rock Wrecker on the Rhyperior. Rhyperior will be double weak to grass, so be cautious with that one. And then next we have Smackdown and Rock Slide on the Terrakion, followed by Smackdown and Stone Edge on the Tyranitar. So in the top 6, you do have some budget counters in there. Obviously Rhyperior, as well as Tyranitar, and putting in that Rampardos. There's 3 very easy budget counters to be able to avoid having the extra premium Exo Candy to max out those Pokemon, such as Terrakion here, when they're not even performing as well as some of these other ones. And then we're gonna have Primal Kyogre in there in spot number 7, which is pretty cool. Just remember that Origin Pulse and Waterfall are gonna be the recommended moveset here. And then Smackdown and Meteor Beam on Mega Aggron. Don't really care for that Pokemon because obviously we have the Mega Aerodactyl. Next, we're gonna have Rock Throw and Rock Slide on Landorus, followed by Rock Throw and Rock Slide on the regular Aerodactyl. And then we have the Mega Ampharos, the regular Aggron, and you guys want to keep going down on the list, you can pause over here, but I've given you plenty of budget counters. This Pokemon is relatively straightforward with its counters and everything in between. So now let's look at the weather conditions. In sunny weather, we are going to get a boost to Ho-Oh. It will get a boost to all of its fire moves, as well as Solar Beam. So Solar Beam in the sunny weather is going to destroy pretty much everything that we do have options as for us. So we are going to have to be cautious of that. But at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. We can't really get around that. And then as far as partly cloudy weather, that's going to be the best for us because it's going to boost all of our rock type Pokemon. So partly cloudy weather will take this Pokemon down the absolute fastest. As far as rainy weather, we are going to get a boost to our electric as well as our water Pokemon. So they will be doing more damage and it could be recommended during that spot. But just remember, water Pokemon are also going to be weak to that Solar Beam. And the last condition that we are going to check out is going to be the windy weather. Windy weather will boost the Ho-Oh all the way to level 25. It will also boost Extrasensory as well as Brave Bird, which is really not that big of a deal here, but I still want to consider it. And also one more thing, in the snowy weather, Steel Wing will get boosted, but for the most part, that's not really too big of a concern for me. So guys, get out there, play, enjoy yourself. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.